good, y'all? What's the numbers TV? It's your boy Pole Row. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, and like a video if you appreciate the content that Pole Row and What's the Numbers is I provided. Today we back with another profile piece. This one's on Doe B, a rap out of Montgomery, Alabama. Some of y'all might know who he is, some might not. But basically what we're going to do here, we're going to take a deeper look into the situation surrounding his death and also the outcome of the people that was involved in it. So, like I said, in 2013, Doe B was just signed to T.I.'s Hustle Gang Records. And you know how it is when you get signed by a bigger artist or a bigger label, you start making your rounds, using their contacts to record music with different artists to, get your buzz up bigger in different areas. Him being from Montgomery, Alabama, it's a smaller area. T.I., Atlanta, that's a bigger market, probably the biggest market in the South. So that's a good look for him. So basically he starts doing records with T.I., Juicy J, Rich Homie Quan, Kevin Gates. He got songs for himself doing good already. Like Let Me Find Out, where he does a remix for that. So basically he's doing his thing, getting his weight up, getting his buzz up. So you know how it is once your buzz starts to build, you start getting shows. Now he's getting shows, you usually get them locally. For when locally they branch different cities to different states, that's how it grow. So the day in 2013, he had a show in his hometown, basically. In his hometown of Montgomery, Alabama, at the Centennial Hill Bar and Grill. He had a show that night. So he's going to the show, him and his crew, and supposedly sometime, like on the way inside, they run into somebody that they know by the name of Darius Thomas. Now, the reports is that Darius Thomas wants them to get him in the club. They don't get him in the club, so he ends up feeling away. Now, Doe B, whose real name is Glenn Thomas, they go in the club. They don't really pay her too much mind. They go in there. He's performing to where eventually Darius Thomas and another guy by the name of Jason McWilliams get in the club and start standing in front of the stage, basically where Doe B is performing, shouting different, curses and throwing up gang signs and letting them know where they from and the opposing set that they repping, to where eventually, after Doe B's done performing, him and Darius Thomas come face to face now. Now they having words, to where eventually I guess Doe B had enough, try to move on. He pushes Darius's face out the way. As far as like basically I'm done with talking, I'm trying to get up out of here. He pushes his face out the way. Now, this is where Darius said he slaps his hand away and a bottle comes flying and hits Darius. Now this is where they say all hell breaks loose, and the reports of Jason McWilliams shooting from across the dance floor. They got reports of Darius shooting from the steps, falling down the steps, shooting from the bottom of the steps, and basically 3 people get killed and multiple people get injured that night. It takes a while, but eventually 3 people get arrested and convicted of that shooting. We know of the 2, as far as Darius Thomas and Jason McWilliams, that was involved through reports, but it comes to the light there was a 3rd person involved in the shooting. His name is Mobb. They don't have no reports of him shooting or nothing, but eventually, obviously he was involved. He gets charged with the murders, and eventually they all cop out. Darius Thomas cops out to the 3 murders and gets hit with 85 years. Jason McWilliams and Mobb plead out to 3 charges of first-degree assault and get 15 years because, like I said, besides the people that died, there was like 8 other people that was injured. So it was like a big mess that day. Now, one thing I learned that I didn't know of the shooting was that caught me that I didn't know was Doe B died from a 1 shot to the leg. He basically bled out before he could get any help. Before they mixed to the hospital, he bled out and lost his life tragically that night. And it's just sad that 1 shot to the leg, but there's a lot of arteries and veins, and you could bleed out if you get hit in the wrong spot. And it looks like that's what happened to Doe B, man. So once again, man, rest in peace to him. And now I also found the article with Montgomery as far as a whole, as far as the music scene, not being able to really gain no traction since the Doe B death. Like they haven't really had no new artists. I know they had another artist that lived in Atlanta but was from Montgomery that got killed out there not too long ago, Bambino Gold. He was from Alabama and moved to Atlanta. Like I say, like I mentioned before, when you get in a smaller market like down south, like Montgomery or Charleston, South Carolina, once you get some buzz, you move to Atlanta because that's a bigger scene and you could be more around more music and just build your buzz easily while working with different people. So like that was what was next for Doe B as far as signing with T.I., moving to Atlanta, start working more. But some people don't want to leave home, and some people can't just up and leave. They got things they got to tie up. So like who knows what was the case with Doe B, but he was home that night doing a show when he tragically lost his life. So that article is showing that since he lost his life, no new talent has come up out of there, and that's how it be sometimes. People will stop trying to come to these little small areas if they see that once they sign somebody, they basically get killed and they lose their investment. It's how it is nowadays, you know what I'm saying? But we just want to give a shout out to Doe B, man. I wanted to touch on this story, branching off, doing different areas. I just don't like to stick to one area. And I got some more ideas of different things I want to do video wise, different topics. So man, keep a lookout for that. I'll be back before you know it. I'm out of here. Peace.